Well, Jens, what a day in Ipswich. The sun's out, you've just finished training. What's it like around here? You've had a season here on loan, settled into it?
Definitely settled in, and I think we picked the perfect day, right? This is the best time to show Ipswich. So, no, but it's been great. I love it here, and I've settled in really well. Fans, coaches, teammates, everything's been really, really welcoming, so it's been great.
What about the season? Ultimately, I guess it's always tough for a newly promoted team to come up, but do you feel like, regardless what happens between now and the end of the season, you've, as a team, given it a good go?
Yeah, I think it's a tough challenge, definitely, but I think we've definitely showed moments where we show that we can compete at the level. We've had some really great victories against very good teams as well, like Tottenham away, we beat Chelsea as well. So it really shows that we have the quality, and then it's just about the consistency, and that's of course something that's more difficult to master. So
I was going to ask you about Kieran McKenna. If you could think of one word to sum him up, what would it be?
Good question. One word. Hard to use just one, but if I had to, I'd say complete. That would be my one word. Yeah.
What makes you say complete?
I think he has it all. He has the tactical mind. He has the people skills, and yeah, he's just. I think he's got it all.
And what about some of your teammates? I think specifically of Liam Delap. Number one, how good is he? But how good can he be?
Yeah. No, he's phenomenal. He's a beast, totally. And I think for a young player like him, it's very hard to say what he can be. I don't think there's a limit, really. And it's all up to him, really, how far he wants to go. But he definitely has all the qualities. So.
You obviously have had an interesting upbringing. You've lived in China, you were born in Sweden, family in America, experienced all these different countries and cultures. How kind of did that upbringing shape your outlook on football?
Well, I guess it makes me more adaptable. I've had the opportunity to see so many different people, cultures, and I think it just allows me to integrate pretty easily into different environments. And then, yeah, I mean, although this has probably been the easiest transition given the language, I understand what everybody's saying, but still, there's always differences in different countries, so I think that's the biggest part, I'd say.
Do you remember where you were when you first got that love of football and grew into it? And
yeah, it was in China, actually. It was.
Yeah.
And I usually only played basketball, but nobody else played basketball. It was only football. So that's how I got, dragged into it. So I joined everybody playing football at school, and then that's how it started, really. So.
Always a midfielder?
No, I was a striker at first.
You were a striker? Okay.
So.
Yeah, good decision though to go down the central midfield.
Yeah, no, I'm not a striker, so it was a wise decision, I think.
What about kind of your footballing heroes, and even just people who have shaped your career away from football growing up?
Footballing heroes, I would say probably one of the earliest ones would be Ronaldo. At United.
Yeah.
And that would probably be my first footballing hero. After that, I've had a few like midfielders like Pirlo, Pogba, Moussa Dembele at Tottenham, but I'd say those are the names I think of right now.
Yeah, I think well, number one, there's always the Ronaldo Messi debate, so there's no need to ask you about that at any point. You've said Ronaldo, Pirlo, Dembele's one of those. Actually, he doesn't get mentioned a lot, but what a player he was!
Phenomenal. Yeah, I think that's one of the players that I've try to emulate as best as possible. I think his play style is amazing, and how strong he is with the ball and his turns, and it's something that I really, really admire in his game. So
I was going to ask you about the connection with the Swedish national team. You've got Kulusevski here. He was singing your praises a couple of months ago in an interview.
Okay, well.
Lucas Bergvall, of course, is with Tottenham as well. Isak, we don't need to mention just how good he is, but Alanga, the strength in Swedish football seems to be really there at the moment.
Oh, it's incredible, and I think you even left some names out,
yeah.
but still, I mean, for sure, I think this generation coming up here has got massive quality and has the potential to do really big things, and like you said, it's quality players.
And what about Isak? It obviously helps when you have a striker of that quality putting the ball in the net on a regular basis. How good is he?
No, amazing.
Yeah.
But I've seen it for a long time. I'm not surprised at all. I've seen it, I mean, since I got to the national team, basically, the quality that he has. It's incredible, and now I think the whole world has seen it. So.
And the other side of that, Bergvall I mentioned as well, he's obviously a different profile, a younger player coming through, and what kind of is his ceiling?
I don't think there is one. I think at that age to be that good is absolutely astonishing. And then, like I said before with Liam, it's what you make of it. It's the cards are all in his hands. So,
Yeah.
But he has the potential to be absolutely incredible. So.
I can't talk about Swedish football without mentioning Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Any dealings with him over the years, and do you just kind of growing up, any kind of link to Swedish football? Do you just have to grow up admiring him?
Oh, of course, he's the greatest our nation ever had, by far, and I think I've been inspired by him and his journey as well. Growing up, and the first time I played with him in the national team was a really big moment for me personally, and it's something that I'll never forget for sure.
One thing I wanted to ask you, obviously there's maybe a bit of uncertainty at the moment when it comes to the end of the season, what happens next. You're on loan from Napoli, I guess. What happens beyond this season?
Hard to say. I don't like to look too much forward when things aren't certain. There are still games left, still points to be played for. Although, yeah, we are in a tough situation and nothing's finished yet, and so I don't really like to speculate, but I'd just leave it for the future, and whatever happens, happens.
Is that where it's kind of tough to look ahead, because there are still games, and even though people are being not too optimistic of Ipswich's chances, you as players still have to find ways to get the points in the hope that Wolves go on a run of defeats?
Absolutely. Nothing is impossible at the end of the day, and as long as there are games left to be played, that's what we have to put our focus on. There's no other way around it. You can't start thinking too far ahead. You got to focus where you're at.